Why I think I fight. Do I enjoy it? No. Do I enjoy training? No. Do I enjoy cutting weight? No. Am I nervous? Yes. Do I think to myself, what am I doing? Yes. Completely. Unfortunately, it's one of those things you're either born with or you're not. And the only way I can explain it to try and make it make any sense is that if I'm not doing something which is either extremely difficult or extremely stressful, I'm in a perpetual state of crippling boredom.
Followers, women, power, money. The life of Andrew Tate has been exploding online lately. And through this, he's been creating so much controversy with previous raids, his views on Western society, his views on women. This is propelling him into success. And this story of Andrew all began in a little town in the US. December 1st, 1986, you breathe air for the first time. Born in the States in Washington, D.C., your African-American father, who is a retired professional wrestler and a retired Air Force sergeant, now plays professional chess to make money. Partying, hanging out with girls, and hustling people for money by playing chess. You're growing up to be a chess prodigy. Your dad, who is a chess master, teaches you, and he becomes your idol. Becoming Indiana state champion in chess, beating a 16-year-old for the title, proves to yourself that you're becoming a master in the game. You love chess, learning many lessons from it and how it's played and bringing it into life. Then all of a sudden, your mom splits up with your dad, and quickly, you're moving to England, staying in a hostel with your brother, sister, and mother trying to make ends meet. You lost one of the most important people in your life, your father and your chess coach. Now what? How are you going to replace chess? There's no chess community in England, and you can't find a teacher. How are you going to keep yourself out of trouble? While stumbling around, trying to figure out what to do, you come across a fighting gym. Fighting can be the same as chess, a one-on-one game. If you lose, it's because you made a mistake. You can't blame anyone else and there's no excuses. Something that your dad taught you. Now diving headfirst into fighting just at the age of 15, training 7 times a week, working up to the first professional fight. At age 17, you have your first MMA fight, and 5 others after that.
And both, as I say, coming from a striking background, one from boxing, one from kickboxing.
Big overhand shot by Tate.
Your career is progressing and you get offered more money to kickbox.
Good shot there. Oh! Beautiful shot there, I told you!
Knowing the fight game can be a very hard way to make money. You take the offer and end up sticking with kickboxing. And this pays off, now becoming a 4-time world champion kickboxer and making more money than you've ever made before. Each fight is paying up to $75,000. That money is good by most people's standards, but it's not boxing money, it's not millions. Through paying your promoters, managers, car payments, and other life expenses, you are only really left with a couple grand to your name. You wake up one day wondering why you are giving 7 hours a day to fighting. And what if you can put this 7 hours into something else? What else could you achieve? What kind of money could you make? What's the point of being world champion if you can't buy a Lambo? Now, this is the part where you see more money than you ever seen before. You can do more than you ever done before. But just trying to figure this out in the beginning wasn't easy. Google becomes your new teacher, learning everything there is to know about money and how banks work. You begin to write down your assets and liabilities. The only asset you have from the years of fighting are your 6 girlfriends who all live in different parts of the world. Being a champion kickboxer might not get you a Lambo, but it has its perks. Attracting women who think you are a champion of the world and who think you are rich. And it just so happens you are browsing the web and you noticed an ad in the corner of the website that says, "Talk to live girls now." Intrigued by this, you click on the link and all of a sudden everything makes sense. You had your aha moment. A webcam company is exactly what you're gonna do. But there's just one problem. All the girls you are dating do not know you're dating other women. But it doesn't matter. You call your 6 girlfriends and explain to them that you have a job for them and they all are gonna come to live with you in London. 4 of them come and you sit them down and introduce them to each other, explaining that you've been with all of them and that you are starting a webcam business. Anyone who isn't with the idea can fly home. 2 of the women get up and leave, but the 2 who truly love you decide to stay. And that was the beginning of the webcam business. Many challenges were faced in the beginning. Training 2 girls on what to say to older men and how to gain more money out of them was just much harder than you thought. It came to the point where you had to sit behind a camera and type for the 2 girlfriends while they acted like they were typing on a fake keyboard. Working 16 hours a day and pulling up to 3 to 4 grand each day. The business now needs to expand and make more money. Although at this time making money on the internet was unheard of, but you're starting to see the potential of internet money and the webcam business. Quickly expanding your business up to 75 girls and bringing in your brother Tristan to help manage the business. having 4 different properties, accountants, staffs, other managers, and now making over $500,000 each month. Bring yourself and your brother from a hostel in England to now seeing money that you've never seen before. Although there's just one problem. Managing 75 girls proved to be hard. You realize motivating people and having them work for you is way harder than having a couple people who truly care about you and the group as a whole is much better. Deciding now to cut forces down into a small team of 8 girls and your brother. Making money became easier, less upkeep, and less of a headache. And when things were good, chilling with your girls, new cars, new money, and all of a sudden you hear a knock on your door at 3 a.m. Police come rushing into your apartment, searching the entire area, seizing $100,000 worth of laptops and equipment. You've just been arrested, taken to jail in England, and only to come find out that you've been charged with assault against one of your previous webcam girls. In fact, she was your best webcam girl, made you the most money, but unfortunately you had to fire her. She got too drunk one night, threw up all over the carpet. The next morning you told her to clean it up. She wouldn't clean it up and she knew that she was irreplaceable and couldn't get fired. She made the most money. All the more reason to fire her though. Couldn't let someone set a bad example for everyone else, so you fired her. She wouldn't leave and started to fight. All you did was just pick her up and move her out of the house. And now 3 months later, you're sitting in jail and fighting a case that never happened. It finally took you 2 years to beat the case. With all that happened, you decided to get out of England due to the hell of their legal system, packing up all bags and moving to Romania. Life in Romania was not poisoned by Western society. Most people there still had traditional values, and there was no such thing as radical feminism. There also wasn't any unorganized crime. All the crime that happened was organized, through mob bosses. If you stayed in your lane and knew the right people, you were safe. And what you did, from your kickboxing days, you knew people who lived in Romania, they were connected, giving you connections to the prime minister and top people in society. While commentating over RSF, which is Romania UFC, and you own 10% of it, you noticed that one of the event sponsors was a casino brand. This casino brand was owned by 3 brothers that have 400 locations throughout Europe. It was speculated that they were turning over $18 million a day. You decided to confront them and say that you want to get involved in the casino business. They quickly say to you, "Why do we need you? We already make plenty of money and you provide no value at the moment." To which you agree with their points and you realize you need to find a reason for them to work with you. A few years pass and you finally come up with a plan. You present it to them. You now want to open a location right next to their biggest competitor, while completely paying for the location and giving them a percentage of turnover. This intrigues them. You're now going to war with their competitors at no extra cost for them. This is a deal they cannot refuse. 2 doors down from now your new casino, you notice a Starbucks with many people waiting in line. This strikes an idea. Quickly putting up a huge sign that says free coffee and hiring an attractive waitress to give out the coffee. All the guys who used to wait in your Starbucks line every day now come to your casino to get a free coffee from an attractive waitress and then spend their extra money in the casino. Bingo. You've just found a way to destroy your competitor and prove to the 3 brothers that you are the real deal. Now you open up 15 locations, buying a $2 million Bugatti Chiron. Life is better than it's have ever been before. And then all of a sudden, out of nowhere, the pandemic comes. People are thrown into chaos. The world is shutting down, along with Romania. You wanted to keep Romania open and even made a deal with the prime minister to keep the back doors of the casino open. That did not last long, as the government was receiving billions in funds for shutting down, basically a bribe to comply with the European Union. And quickly your casino business shuts down. And as that's happening, your rise to fame on social media is just about to blow up. Throughout your life, you have views distilled into you by your father on how the world works, how women work, how Western society is terrible for men. You become more and more public with these ideas, appearing on podcasts like Fresh and Fit, and even famous comedians like Tom Segura. Your ideas and views give you a cult-like following with many people who love you, and just as equally, if not more, people who absolutely hate you and despise you. Everything you post does well, and with TikTok clips, your videos are now getting millions of views. You understand the more controversial things you say, the more viewers you get on your videos. And that's when you have the genius marketing idea to blow your brand and your success to a whole new level once again, using your new course, Hustlers University. Anybody who signs up for the course now has the ability to become an affiliate marketer. How do you then tell them to market? Create an account on TikTok and post clips of me on there and have a link in your bio. This leads to a storm of people on TikTok creating accounts and posting clips. 100 accounts are created and thousands of videos are posted, many getting millions of views, bringing your fame to a new level. With over 1 million followers on IG, living life, going on jets, having lots of beautiful women around you, you now finally are the big G you were meant to be when you just started out in the US, learning everything about life from your father.